You will be a millionaire in 1 month, not because of effort, not because of hustle, not because of anything the world teaches, but because you will awaken to the truth. Imagination creates reality. The moment you accept this as a fact, not as a theory, your life begins to unfold in accordance with your assumptions. The riches you desire, the lifestyle you long for, the security you dream of, they are not out there, they are within you, awaiting your command, and in exactly 1 month, if you dare to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will watch the outer world bend to your inner world. Do not ask how that is. The fatal error to ask how is to admit that you do not yet believe the how belongs to God, to the deeper dimension of yourself. Your task is not to figure out the bridge of incidents that will lead to your millions. Your task is to accept the end, live in the end, feel the reality of already having what you want, for that which you accept as true of yourself, though denied by the senses, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So do not look to the newspapers, the bank account, or the outer circumstances. These are the shadows of previous assumptions. They are echoes of the old man, not the new you. The new you is a millionaire. Now you must walk as though you already possess what the world says is still to come. You must dine with the wealthy in your imagination. Walk through your mansion in consciousness. See the figures in your bank account as done, final, unquestioned. I am not speaking poetically. I am speaking literally. Everything in this world is a manifestation of imagination. The house you live in, the clothes you wear, the voice you hear, all came forth from an inner act. Someone imagined it, dared to believe in the invisible, and the visible world conformed. So if you say, I want to be a millionaire, that is not enough. Wanting is the confession of lack. You must say instead, I am a millionaire. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Even if the senses say no, even if the bills pile high, even if logic and friends call you mad, you must persist, for God in you is your own wonderful human imagination. It is He who speaks. When you dare to believe something grand about yourself, it is He who fulfills. When you dare to persist, despite appearances, and in exactly 1 month, if you persist, you will see the fruits of your assumption. Consider the story of a man who was down to his last dollar. He had no hope, no job, no prospects. But he heard these truths and began to live as though he were already wealthy. He imagined himself writing checks freely, gifting his family generously, waking up in abundance. He did it so often and with such faith that he could feel the weight of money in his hands. And then one morning he received a phone call. A forgotten investment had matured, and he was now worth millions. He did nothing in the outer world to make it happen. He simply accepted it as real in his imagination. You see, the law does not care whether the assumption is true or false. It simply reflects what is impressed upon it. You are the operant power. You choose what to believe. And if you will believe that you are already wealthy, that the money is already yours, that every need is met, then you will watch reality reorganize itself to reflect that inner conviction. It must, for the world is a mirror, and it reflects what you are not, what you want. So be the thing you seek, and the thing will come running to you. This is not positive thinking. This is not about making yourself feel good. This is about entering a state of consciousness that matches the result you desire. If you can enter and remain in that state, you will manifest the conditions, people, opportunities, and events that match it. So let us now enter the state of the millionaire. How would you walk? How would you speak? How would you think? You would no longer worry about bills. You would no longer shrink from generosity. You would feel a quiet confidence, a divine satisfaction, a steady knowing that feeling is the secret. All transformation begins with assumption. The assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the creative act. It is done in silence, in stillness. Within you may do it, while fulfilled is the creative act. It is done in silence, in stillness. Within you may do it, while fulfilled is the creative act. It is done in silence, in stillness. Within you may do it while lying on your bed, while riding the bus, while waiting in line. And if you do it with sincerity, with intensity, with repetition, the world will conform. You do not need to advertise it. You do not need to convince anyone. You need only convince yourself, for the only God who matters in this equation is the one inside you. He is not far off. He is not in some sky. He is in your imagination, waiting to be awakened to be a millionaire in 1 month. You must think from the end. Do not think of money. Think from money. Do not imagine getting rich. Imagine already being rich. Hear the conversations people would have with you. See the letters you would write. Feel the joy of having more than enough. Use all your senses. Let your imagination be vivid, detailed, alive, for imagination, when felt, as real as the path to manifestation. You do not imagine to escape reality. You imagine to shape it. Each morning, when you rise, close your eyes and feel that it is already done. Each night before you sleep, Review the day as though you lived it as a millionaire. Did you act as one? Did you feel as one? Did you walk as one? If not, revise it in imagination. Rewrite the day. Make it match your desire. And in doing this, you plant the seed. And just as surely as spring follows winter, harvest follows planting. The money must come. It must. You will notice subtle changes at first. People will treat you differently. Ideas will flash. Opportunities will knock. You will feel an inner certainty that cannot be shaken. And even if you do not yet see the dollars, you will know they are near you. Will feel them forming like clouds gathering before the rain. Do not dismiss these signs. They are not coincidences. They are evidence that your assumption is taking root. Water it with faith. Do not dig it up with doubt. Trust the process. If you should falter, if fear arises, return at once to the state. Close your eyes and enter again. See the money. Feel the joy, hear the thank yous, and do this as often as needed, for repetition impresses the subconscious, and once the subconscious accepts it, the outer world must follow. You are not trying to force reality. You are allowing it to become what you have already accepted. Within a woman once told me, she followed this process and was led to buy a lottery ticket. She would have never considered. She did not pick the numbers logically. She simply felt inspired, and when she scratched the ticket, she found herself suddenly in possession of 6 figures. She was not surprised. She had already received it. Within the ticket was merely the bridge, and she knew that if she could do it once, she could do it again. The key is feeling. Without feeling, imagination is sterile, but with feeling it is divine. So do not imagine mechanically, do not repeat empty affirmations. Feel your way into the scene, dwell in it, savor it, let it saturate your being, let it be more real than what your eyes see. For what your eyes see is temporary, but what you imagine with feeling is eternal and creative. In 1 month, if you will live in the end, assume the reality of wealth, and remain faithful, the millions will come, whether through a sudden opportunity, a gift, a forgotten investment, a new business, or a miracle beyond reason. It does not matter. The method is not your concern. The assumption is your power. Hold to it. Refuse to waver no matter what the world says. You know the truth. Imagination creates reality. So I ask you now, will you dare to believe? Will you cast off the old man, the man of doubt, fear, lack, and put on the new man, the man of riches, peace and power? Will you persist even when the world laughs, even when the senses say no? If so, then in 1 month's time your outer life will mirror your inner conviction. You are not waiting on money. Money is waiting on you. It is waiting on your consciousness to match its frequency. It is waiting on your self-concept to rise. It is waiting on your assumption to be stable. So become now the person who has it. Think as they think, feel as they feel, live as they live. Do it boldly, do it faithfully, do it joyfully. The law is no respecter of persons. It responds not to virtue but to vision, not to effort but to assumption. So let the world toil and strive while you enter your inner chamber and commune with the infinite. Imagine boldly, assume lavishly, and persist until the unseen becomes seen. For it must. It must. You are already that which you seek. You simply have not accepted it yet. Accept it now. Accept that you are rich. Accept that you are powerful. Accept that you are the operant power, and then walk in that assumption. For to him who has more shall be given, and to him who dares the world, bows low. Let this month be your demonstration. Let this month be your proof. Every morning, every night, return. Live in the end, to the state. Live in the end. Revise the day. Saturate your mind with images of wealth, sounds of joy, feelings of luxury, and then release it. Walk in peace. Act as though it were already so. And soon it will be. You will be a millionaire in 1 month. Not because of luck, not because of hard work, but because you dared to believe, you dared to imagine and persist. You dared to live in the end. And because of that, the world, the seemingly solid world, will melt and reshape itself to match your inner world. It always does. It always has. Now it's your turn to see it. You must not stop now. The inner work is the true work. And every moment you spend dwelling in the assumption of wealth is a moment charged with creative power. As you repeat this state throughout the day, you will feel a transformation happening within. What once felt like fantasy will begin to feel natural. And when it feels natural, it is done for nothing comes into your life until it becomes a part of your inner structure. You cannot receive what you do, not first accept. So you must begin to see yourself differently. Speak of yourself as already possessing abundance. Do not say, I will have it. Say, I have it now. Do not think. Speak of yourself differently. of it as coming, think of it as arrived. This inner shift is not imaginary in the sense that the world uses the word. It is the only real act. The outer world, though it seems so solid, is nothing more than the condensation of your inner speech and feeling. Watch what you say to yourself. Watch what you accept without questioning. If you tell yourself that becoming a millionaire in 1 month is impossible, then it is for you. But if you begin to say, this is easy, this is natural, it is already done, then the universe will echo that belief. There are no accidents in this world. There is only the outping of states. Your present reality, whether rich or poor, is nothing but the shadow cast by your past assumptions. But the moment you change your assumption, the shadow must change. It cannot resist. It has no power of its own. It only reflects. So if you are not yet seeing evidence of your wealth, do not panic. Do not revert to the old man. Instead, smile and say, it is on its way. It is already mine. The shadow is still catching up. Your job is not to worry about timing mechanics or details. Your job is to dwell in the state of already having, and this must be done with feeling. You may not know exactly how it feels to be a millionaire right now, but you can begin use your imagination to construct the scenes, the conversations, the small details. How would it feel to pay every bill without a second thought? How would it feel to treat your loved ones to something extravagant? How would it feel to wake up with the knowing that you never again have to worry about money? Let these scenes play in your mind like a sacred movie. Watch them again and again, and do not just watch, feel them. Let them stir you. Let them impress you. Let them become more real to you than your current bank balance. For the truth is, your current balance is only real because you have continued to give it your attention. Shift your attention. And shift your attention. You shift your world when you begin to live from the end. The outer world becomes irrelevant. You will no longer look to circumstances to tell you who you are. You will look within and what you feel yourself to be within. The world will soon reflect. You will notice coincidences that are not coincidences at all. A person will appear with an offer, an old contact will call, a new idea will light up your mind. But these are not the source. They are the effect. The source is your assumption. You are not at the mercy of economics, governments, or fate. You are at the mercy of your own imagination. But once you realize that you are no longer at mercy, you are in control. This is the great secret hidden in plain sight. The world will tell you that you must work harder, network more, struggle, and compete. But I tell you, all that is vanity. If it is not rooted in imagination, you may gain the world and lose your soul. But if you gain your imagination, the world is yours without struggle. So if today you sit in a small room without wealth, do not despair. Proof. Do not despair. That is the perfect place to begin. In fact, it is better, for the world cannot distract you with shiny things. Close your eyes and go within. Begin to feel the room change. See yourself in a place of elegance. Hear the sounds of luxury. Smell the scent of wealth. Let the imagined experience become realer than the one before your eyes, and as you do this, your inner state will change. And when the inner state changes, the outer must follow. You may begin to walk differently. You may speak with more certainty. You may smile for no reason. This is not delusion, this is creation. You are becoming the one who has. You are shedding the skin of the one who hoped, and becoming the one who knows. The world may not understand, but it does not need to. It only needs to respond. It's done. It always responds to the one who feels himself already in possession of the goal in the quiet moments of the day. Remind yourself it is done, not it will be done, but it is done. The million is yours. Now you are already living from it. You are already receiving from it. You are already enjoying it. Let that be your new inner conversation. Let it repeat like a song in your soul. You will be tempted to look around and measure your progress, but resist. Faith does not consult appearances. Faith remains steady, and when faith is steady, reality bends. The world is not happening to you. You are happening to the world as you imagine, as you assume, as you persist. The world reforms itself. It may seem slow at first, but that is only because old assumptions still linger. Be patient, be bold, be consistent. This is not magic, though it may appear so to the. This is law, uninitiated. This is law, divine law, immutable, precise, and utterly obedient. The riches are not somewhere out there. They are not hidden in a vault, waiting for a stroke of luck. They are here now, waiting for you to rise to their frequency. That frequency is belief. That frequency is assumption. That frequency is the feeling of already being so. Ask yourself, not what do I want, but who must I be to already have it, and then become that person. Speak as them, think as them, walk as them. If you find doubt creeping in, do not wrestle with it. Simply return to the state. Let the scene of the fulfilled desire play again. Let the feeling of the fulfilled state return. You do not destroy doubt by fighting it. You dissolve it by starving it. You starve it by feasting on the assumption of the wish fulfilled. All power is in the present assumption, not tomorrow, not this is your power. Next week, now this is your power. This is your moment. In this very moment, you may assume that you are the millionaire you desire to be, and if you will remain faithful to that assumption, the world must show it to you. It must, for imagination creates reality, and imagination is always now. So will you dare to imagine the life you desire, and live from it without apology, without doubt, without delay? Will you persist when the senses say otherwise? Will you continue when the world offers no confirmation for? If you will, then the world must eventually conform. Do not underestimate the silence in which this work is done. You may not speak it aloud, you may tell no one yet, in the secret place of consciousness, you are reshaping the very nature of your experience. Each assumption carries with it its own pattern of life, its own quality of events, its own tone. When you assume you are wealthy, the world around you begins to organize itself in alignment with discipline. The inner speech that wealth it draws to you, the people who match that vibration it reveals to you, paths that were hidden from the eyes of the man who believed in poverty, but to the man who assumes wealth, the road appears. Now is the time to discipline the inner speech. You cannot speak lack and live abundance. You cannot grumble about bills and expect freedom. The law is not mocked. It gives you what you continually affirm within. So train your inner conversation to reflect your desired outcome. Speak within as though you are already rich. Say, I always have more than enough. Say, money flows to me in endless ways. Say, everything I touch prospers. Do not say these things like a parrot. Say them with conviction, with feeling, until they move you, until they feel like the only truth. You do not manifest what you occasionally feel, you manifest what you consistently assume. So keep assuming, keep returning to the feeling when you feel tempted to check the bank balance or count the days. Remember that all of that belongs to the old man. The new man walks by faith. The new man smiles, knowing it is already done. This is not denial of the senses. This is the recreation of the senses, for the senses only report what you told them to report by past beliefs. If you change the root, the fruit must change. The outer is never cause. It is always effect. Begin to delight in your imagination. Make it a playground. Do not treat it as a chore. Let it be your retreat, your sanctuary. Feel the thrill of it. Let it surprise you. Walk into imagined rooms dripping with opulence. Hear the compliments of those who admire your success. Receive the gratitude of those you blessed. Let the scenes flow, not with strain but with pleasure. This is how you loosen the grip of the old world. You do not fight it. You outgrow it. You move beyond it through joyful assumption. Do not concern yourself with, be ruthless. The opinions of others they live in, their own dream, and they are free to assume what they will, but their assumptions cannot affect your world. Unless you accept them, you must become ruthless with the mind. When it offers thoughts of fear or limitation, you must say, that is not my truth, and return to the truth you have chosen. I am wealthy, I am free, I am abundant. Now you must say it and feel it until it becomes automatic, until it becomes your nature. Watch the quiet transformation that unfolds. You will begin to attract conversations about opportunity. You will begin to notice doors opening that were once locked. You may even receive sudden gifts, refunds, increases. Do not call them coincidences. They are reflections of your inner shift. The world must mirror the image you have painted within it, cannot resist it, for it has no choice but to echo the reality you have assumed. Each day, do not ask, where is it? Instead say, it is here now. And then, don't ask, where is it? Act as though it is even in the small things. How you dress, how you carry yourself, how you give. You may not be able to do what a millionaire does in the outer world, yet, but you can feel what he feels. You can imagine what he imagines. You can think as he thinks, and that is the seed that brings the fruit. Let your mind dwell on the truth that all things already exist. The $1 million you desire already exists. It is not being created, it is already finished. In the realm of the unseen, you are simply aligning with it, and that alignment is not about hard work or moral worth. It is about state. State is everything. When you enter the state of the man who has all things necessary to that state, will find their way to you. So do not focus on the details. Focus only on being. Let yourself become the version of you who already has. If ever you feel resistance, use revision. Take a moment and rewrite the scene that troubled you. Did someone reject your offer in imagination? Let them accept it. Did you use revision? Receive an unexpected expense in imagination. Turn it into a check received. Use revision not as fantasy, but as correction. You are the author of your world. You do not need to accept what the world hands you. You can rewrite it at will, and as you do, you will find the world begins to yield more favorable scenes in the days that follow. Imagination is not secondary to life, it is life itself. You imagined yourself into your current experience, whether knowingly or unknowingly, and now you will imagine your way into wealth. You will no longer beg or plead or strive. You will assume and allow. That is the way of the master. That is the way of the awakened. You are not here to struggle. You are here to create, and you create not with effort, but with feeling as you move through these days. Watch what you are imagining. Do not let the mind wander. Aimlessly guide it, gently, persistently, toward your chosen end. You are not a leaf in the wind. You are the wind itself. Make it real, and what you blow upon will take form. So direct that wind, wisely direct it, lovingly direct it toward wealth, not for the sake of greed, but for the sake of freedom, joy, and contribution. The more real it feels within, the faster it appears without. So make it real now. Close your eyes and step into the scene. Hear your own voice. Say, I did it. I'm free. Feel the relief, the power, the joy. Hear your loved ones celebrate. You let that seeing be more real than any memory. Let it become your new memory, for in the world of imagination, all time is now, and what you imagine now becomes what you remember later. In conclusion, understand this simple yet profound truth. You are the master of your reality. The world you see is but the reflection of your inner state. If you can boldly and unwaveringly assume the feeling of already being the millionaire, then the outer world must conform to that assumption. The wealth you desire is not far away. It exists now. You are the master, waiting for you to awaken to it. You are not bound by time, circumstances, or the opinions of others. You are the creator of your experience, and the moment you choose to live from the end of your desire, everything in your life must follow suit. Remember, the law of assumption is as certain as any law in nature. It cannot fail. What you persistently imagine with feeling, what you believe with certainty, must appear in your world. You are the architect of your future, and in the next 30 days, if you remain true to your assumption, if you walk, speak, and think as though you are already the millionaire you wish to be, the world will yield to you exactly what you have assumed. Do not let doubt, fear, or the appearance of your current circumstances sway you. Keep your focus on the truth, that it is already done. You are already in possession of your wealth. The universe cannot resist the power of your assumption. Step into this truth with confidence and watch the world bend to your will. The power is within you. The world will follow your lead. You will be a millionaire in 1 month. Not because it is an impossible feat, but because you have chosen to assume it, and the world in all its mystery must mirror that assumption. Trust in this law, trust in your own power, and above all, trust that what is yours is already on its way to you. Now go forward in this knowledge, knowing that you are not waiting for wealth to come to you. You are already living in it, and as you walk this path, remember, the moment you truly believe, the world will make way for your reality to manifest.